Money, 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 money. Oh, talk to me, dirty baby. Whoa, didn't see you there. But I see you're admiring my multiple winning stores after scaling my winning products. How many winning products do you have again? None? And no maidens? Well, I only know how to solve one of those problems because today I'm going to teach you the 3 best ways to find winning dropshipping products in 2025 in minutes and give you access for free to my ChatGPT agent that will review all the products you find and let you know which ones you should sell versus which ones are just going to waste your time and money. Now, I've said it before, but I will say it once again. By far, the best product research tool for dropshippers in 2025 has to be Kalodata. Because if you go to the product section, then revenue at least $30K and average unit price $20, then you know you're only seeing products with proven sales validation that also have great margins. All of these are winning products. You just have to make sure that in the product title though that it's generic, so that way you know it's a dropshipping product that you can sell. So let's take a look at a few products and I'll let you know what my thought process is when I look at them. But this next product, Cakes, is a brand name, so I personally wouldn't sell it. But these next 2 products clearly have very generic titles, so these are ones I would definitely want to do some research in. So we have a security camera product that is a problem solver. It has solid margins and it has proven sales validation. And it also has tons of ad creatives that already have proven sales on them, so we can either use the clips for our own ads, or if we're feeling spicy, we can just rip them and run them on Facebook as well.
Wait, is that testosterone? How fucking dare you?
Plus, the only testosterone I buy is from Coach Greg because he's pushing 50 keys of testosterone across the border. Okay, enough horsing around. Now, a lot of people would write off a product like this because it's not necessarily a problem solver, but home decor is one of the biggest niches in dropshipping. But obviously, when you're selling a bedding set or home decor or really any non-problem solving product, there's only so much you can do because people at the end of the day have to like your design, which obviously means that requires a lot of mass testing. So what you can do is before you test a design, make sure that obviously it has proven sales validation, so you know it's in demand. So right here, 191K in revenue over the last month is clearly proof that people are buying this. Again, tons of content. So from here, I would just have to make sure, do I have the margins? Because there's a lot of different sizes when you're doing bedding. So obviously you have to train your eye and recognize when it's clearly a brand selling a product versus a dropshipper, which you can usually tell by, yes, very generic keyword titles. But after a while, you should definitely get the hang of it and you'll see more and more winning products like this earwax removal product, which I know seems really gross, but this type of problem solver has lots of great content and is 100% a winner. Now, before we get on to our next method, once you find a product you like, you obviously need to get a quote for it so you know, do I have the proper margins before selling? And my general rule is I need to have at least a $25 margin and sell it for 3x more than my supplier cost. So what I would do is download one of the images off of Kalodata and upload it onto AliExpress and CJ Dropshipping, as they both have a search by image function so you can get quotes really quickly. So as you can see right here, I uploaded the image and we got multiple quotes, so we have an idea as to the range of pricing. So as we can see, it's about $6 per unit. And that's all in because it has free shipping as well. Now hopping onto CJ, we'll do the same process of uploading our image. And you typically want to go with the one that has the most lists. So this one right here with over 1,000 is definitely the one to go. And as we can see, it's about $1 and has about $6 shipping cost. So all in, it's $7.27. But I would go with this option because CJ just has amazing shipping times, as you can see, 3 to 7 days. Now scrolling on down, let's see what we find. We have these ultra comfortable shoes, which is definitely something I click open. And when I'm doing product research, I'll be honest, I usually will click open all the products that are interesting to me and then I'll analyze them later. So this Magellan light therapy machine definitely catches the eye. If we scroll on down, we have some alt. I actually have used this brand before, not too shabby for the guys out there. But if you want to win back your baby mama or get your crush, then what I'd recommend is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Paul Hoon. Scrolling down, we got Dermaglide, which is another great winner in the beauty niche. Not really my cup of tea though. And we got this deep collagen mask. I love these types of products. Beauty, really anything for females, I do personally like, since they do be shopping. And scrolling down, we got another one with the pressure relief seat cushion. So already got a ton of great ideas after just a minute of research. Now there is an ads by section, which I have used in the past for PP ads, but I actually find more winners by also hopping onto the top product section. So through here, I'm just putting the main big 4 countries I already had. And as we scroll on down, we're going to get some interesting ideas. Again, we got another security camera, and definitely on PP ads, this is where you're going to see a lot of the best clothing products that already have tons of content available for you to test with. And I really have no gripe with testing clothing products as long as they have the right margins and they don't have a high return rate. And if you're wondering, how do I know if a product has a high return rate or low return rate? That's typically based on the Amazon star reviews. So if I right click this image and we do search with Google Lens, we can get multiple suppliers from Amazon typically. So yep, there we go, on Amazon. And unfortunately, the top listings don't have any reviews, but let's say for instance, it was actually this dress. So as we can see, 3.9 out of 5 is not that great. I would only sell a product that has at least a 4.2 or above, because the biggest downside with clothing products is the return rate is higher than any other industry. It's typically 20%, which with most physical dropshipping products, it's usually closer to 1 to 2%. So it doesn't really impact your margins or your profitability. Now, once I find a product I like after doing my quote, as you can see right here, I put in this spreadsheet that if we scroll to the right, I instantly can put in the cost of goods and selling price to know if it meets my gross profit goals. So in order to sell a product for 3x more than your supplier cost, you need a 65% gross profit margin, which all the products have right here. And then of course, we want good perceived value value we want. Ideally problem-solving products, but that's more of a personal preference. You can definitely make non-problem solvers work too. And of course, we need tons of content so we can get proof of concept that the product actually works. And then here's the final criteria points. So proven sales demand, we already talked about. Now, evergreen and brandable, it's really important for me because I don't want to sell a product for a month or two and then it dies out. So I don't sell any Halloween, Valentine's Day, summer-esque products, even though it may seem tempting for a quick cash grab. Just me personally, I like to scale up my products profitably and then be able to sell my brand for hundreds of thousands later, which you can only do if your product is evergreen and also brandable. It can't be some generic product you can find anywhere. Now, before we get into the next step, if you want to work with me and get access to all of my resources and templates I use to create my winning product pages and ads to scale to over 100 grand a month, then I'd recommend clicking the first link in the description and applying to my one-on-one coaching program, where you're not only going to get access to this Notion, which has every single thing I use to scale my dropshipping brands, but you get 5 group coaching calls a week with yours truly to review your products, your website, and your ads before you ever launch a product. You also get your own dedicated one-on-one coach that will answer all of your questions and give you feedback on every aspect of your brand so that you scale your dropshipping store to over 1 grand a day in the next 180 days, or we keep coaching you for free until you do. So if you're interested in working with me and want to scale up your brand like my students Tim and Izzy, then click the link in the description and apply for my program today. Now, the final and by far the easiest way to find winning dropshipping products for free has to be on Temu, because it is the final boss. It is the database of every single dropshipping product that you could ever find, like these leg massagers that have been going insanely viral, and you can instantly gauge what the price is most likely going to be when you get a quote for it, so $57, and we can see there's over 1,000 sold, so that's proven sales validation, because if we do the math, that means it's doing over 57K in sales. Now, the best way to utilize Temu is create your own account, go to the best-selling items and 5-star rated, and start clicking on the dropshipping products that catch your eye. Because if you do that, then you train the algorithm to naturally show you more products like the winners you've already clicked open, like with my feed right here. So I can see these 4K night vision goggles, which was a clear winner. Scrolling on down, geez Louise, that looks like that's straight out of Battlefront 3. Then we got this foot massager right here, and oh my goodness gracious, daddy could use that in his life. And then we also got this ratchet belt, which I do like this product. I actually had a student scale this to over $500,000. But going back to the best-selling items, my best tip of advice is realize that a lot of these products are going to be saturated. And typically the way to know is if they have multiple listings. So again, we see the foot massager multiple times, probably shouldn't sell that. But just because a product is saturated doesn't mean you have to sell the main version. You can always click on it and scroll down to the bottom to see if there's other designs that potentially are better that you can make more sales with. Or you can just see all the other related products to that one. So we have other types of massagers, which also I would love to sell. Now, as part of that brandable aspect of my criteria, you don't want to sell generic products like this glass food storage container. What are you, Brian Johnson? You can't have a little bit of microplastics in your leftovers? Jeez Louise, talk about a crybaby. But scrolling down, we have this dual dash cam, which is another product we can definitely brand and isn't something that's easily available in stores. I also recommend go through different categories like the featured and just see what type of niches you're seeing the most winning products for your eye. But for the moment of truth, ladies and gents, I've added 5 products into our product research list, and we are going to download this as a CSV. And bada bing, bada boom, the AI agent is working its magic. I absolutely love it. And this is essentially like having myself review your list. So it approved 3 out of the 5 products, which really isn't that shabby. And the reason why I didn't like the other ones is, yes, I'm not a big fan of home security, and yes, I'm not the biggest fan of non-problem solving products. Now, if you want access to this GPT that was only available to my one-on-one students, then make sure to like this video and comment Pookie down below. And make sure to watch this video next on how to create your Shopify store from scratch.